Hey guys, it's Coaster Nerd Weekly, and in this video, I'll be reviewing Holiday World, an amusement park located in Santa Claus, Indiana. This is my first park review and uses a format that covers all the important aspects of the park, and I'm planning to do more with this format. So if you have any suggestions on improvements or changes to the format of this video, please comment them down below in the comment section. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it helps out a lot with the channel and would be much appreciated. Now let's get into the video. So as I said in the intro, Holiday World is located in Santa Claus, Indiana, which is kind of like a tourist trap area that's completely dedicated to Christmas stuff where you can celebrate Christmas all year. Basically just real life Whoville. To be more detailed, the park entrance is right next to Lake Rudolph, which gives Raven a nice setting. So overall, I give this park setting a 7 out of 10. Not anything too special, but still a nice setting. So Holiday World has 5 coasters, 3 wooden coasters and 2 steel coasters, one of them being a kiddie coaster. The first and smallest Woody is Raven. This may be the smallest wooden coaster here, but it still packs a good punch. The second Woody is Legend. This coaster has the most insane lateral forces I've ever felt on a coaster. So if you're not a big laterals fan, I wouldn't really recommend this ride. But if you do like laterals, this is a great ride for you. The third Woody is the one and only Voyage. You've probably heard about this coaster a lot. This is currently my favorite coaster of all time. There's just so much to say about it. It really feels like it should have its own review. But to put it shortly, this ride has crazy ejector and floater airtime and some really intense turns, as well as a lot of tunnels. And if you didn't know, I'm a big fan of tunnels on coasters. So those are a lot of reasons this is my favorite coaster. Now for the steel coasters. The biggest steel coaster is Thunderbird, America's only launched wing coaster and the only B&M launched wing coaster. This ride is really good. The launch is actually really forceful, the inversions are fun, and it has some really good head choppers and foot choppers. Overall, a really great ride that I would recommend. The final coaster is the kiddie coaster, Howler. And I really did not like it the last time I rode it. It was the roughest kiddie coaster I've ever been on. So overall, I give this park's coaster lineup an 8 out of 10. It has my favorite coaster at this time, and a really good 1-2 punch. And some other great coasters, but it really needs a family coaster. Something a step up from Howler, but maybe a step down from Raven. So Holiday World's collection of non-coaster rides isn't really the best. They have 2 pretty good log flume rides, an airtime-filled launch tower, and a nice spinning swing ride. But other than that, it's pretty much just family rides. Another cool ride they have is this one shooter ride called Gobbler Getaway. It's pretty fun for families. It's just like Boo Blasters if you've ever been on that, except you're like collecting turkeys. It's also themed at time travel for some reason. But what I'm saying is they need to get some more thrilling flat rides, which if they put them in the Thanksgiving section, it would fix 2 problems at once. Fixing the problem of the big empty space there, and also fixing the flat ride problem. Overall, I give the park's flat ride lineup a 6 out of 10. The thrilling flat rides they have are pretty fun, but they really need to get some more of them. So Holiday World is themed to, of course, the holidays. There are 4 different areas. By the way, I'm not including Splash and Safari in this, since I didn't get to go the last time. And each area is themed to a different holiday. First, I just wanted to say that the way they theme these areas is done really well, because when you're in one area, you feel like you're in a completely different park. Like when you go from Halloween to Thanksgiving, you feel like you just went to a completely different place. This is probably because of all the trees and the different areas, but it just makes it really cool. So the areas they have are the Christmas area, which is the kiddie rides, so nothing really special. The Halloween area, which has Raven and Legend and some other rides. The 4th of July area, which has the launch tower and Howler and a few other rides. And Thanksgiving, which has Voyage and Thunderbird, as well as a few other rides as well. Raven doesn't really have much theming, but it is themed to the Edgar Allan Poe poem. Legend is a bit more themed. It's themed to the story of the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. The station is themed to a schoolhouse, and each time the train dispatches, a bell goes off. You also pass through a tunnel that has some loose theming on it. The Voyage is themed to the Void of the Mayflower. It has some props in the queue, but other than that, not really any theming unless you count tunnels as theming for some reason. Thunderbird is themed to the myth of the Thunderbird. A thunderbird is a bird that's basically made out of a storm, and the myth was that it carried the Mayflower to America. This ride has the best theming out of all of them by far. There are a lot of props on the queue and great theming on the ride as well. The station is themed to a barn. When you dispatch from the station, you go into another room in the barn, and mist is pumped out while some thunder noises play. Then you launch out of the barn, and there are many themed head choppers and foot choppers placed throughout the ride. There's also some theming on other rides like the Rapids ride, but not too much. So for Holiday World's theming, I give it an 8 out of 10. Theming is pretty good on some of the rides, and there is also good theming throughout the park. Holiday World really only has one event, unless you count the fireworks they have in July. The one event they have is Happy Halloween Weekends. For this event, they decorate the park with Halloween decorations and have 2 haunted houses. The first one is Scarebnb, which is for families and isn't really supposed to be scary. I thought it was okay for what it is, but it was kind of weird. The other haunted house they have is Carnival Chaos, which is supposed to be the scary one. The problem with this is that it wasn't scary at all, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean it was necessarily bad. The decorations and props were really cool, but they only had 2 scare actors when I did it. And it doesn't seem like there could be much more of them because this maze is actually pretty short. Overall, I thought it was kind of a bit underwhelming. But they also have some other activities you can do for Halloween, like trick-or-treating, their giant corn maze, a 3D glasses maze. Those last 2 I sadly didn't get to do, and some other things. Overall, I give Holiday World's event collection a 6 out of 10. They only have one actual event, and the event is okay. I think it's definitely great for smaller kids and families, but if you're looking for scary mazes, this would not be my first recommendation. So, I consider Holiday World to have a bit above average collection of things to eat. You can find food stands and things like that throughout the park. They have some really good soft pretzels, and I think there's also some ice cream. They only really have 2 real restaurants, and I've eaten at both. I remember the first time I went, they had a restaurant in the Christmas area that had some pretty good pizza, but now that place is Santa's Merry Marketplace, and the food is not very great. I guess they changed their recipe or something. The other restaurant is Plymouth Rock Cafe in the Thanksgiving area, where they have Thanksgiving food, like things you'd usually eat during Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, and it was pretty good. I also want to point out that they have free soft drinks, which is really nice. So you can just go to Pepsi Oasis station, get a cup, and then fill it with a drink, all for free. Overall, I give Holiday World's food collection a 7 out of 10. They have some good food stands and a good restaurant, but I feel like they could probably use another big restaurant with some good food. Holiday World has a pretty good collection of shops. There are a lot of them scattered throughout the park. The only ride that has its own ride shop is Voyage, but Thunderbird has a stand by the exit where you can buy a ride photo. Their collection of merch is okay, but it could use some improvement. They are missing shirts that are based on specific rides, and if you didn't know, I really like ride pins, but they don't have any ride pins there, they just have a Holiday World pin. So I was kind of disappointed by that. One cool thing they have is these stickers made by Made to Thrill, and they're really cool. The Raven and Legend stickers can actually connect together to make a bigger picture. And I assume the Voyage and Thunderbird ones do too, but I don't have the Thunderbird one. Overall, I give Holiday World's gift shop collection an 8 out of 10. They have a good collection of shops and a good amount of merch, but they just don't really have the type of stuff that I look for in merch shops. So Holiday World has 2 guest parking lots. They have the main one, which is right near the entrance, and then they have the Legend parking lot, which is near the Legend. The Legend parking lot is basically just an overflow lot if the main lot is full, so you'll usually use the main lot. And the parking is completely free, which is really good compared to some other parks where you have to pay a lot to park. The pricing at Holiday World is a good value considering that you get free parking, free drinks, and free sunscreen. But these things are kind of worked into the price. Despite this, I still consider the price of tickets to be good. You can find these really useful coupons at almost any McDonald's in Indiana, and you can get your price really low if you strategically pick the day to go. Overall, I give Holiday World parking and pricing a 9 out of 10. The free parking is super nice, and the prices aren't really that high at all. In conclusion, Holiday World has a nice location, a great coaster collection, a decent ride collection, pretty good subtle theming, an alright food collection, a good for families event, a nice merch collection, convenient parking, and good price value. Overall, I give Holiday World an 8 out of 10. This park is great. I actually go every year, so that shows that I like this place a lot. Anyway, that was my review of Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. Once again, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on Coaster Nerd Weekly.